Yo, what's good, people? You're listening to Everyday Superpower, the place where we talk body language, non-verbal communication, and everything in between. I'm just going to ask you a question, yeah? This is going to be the topic of today. I'm going to ask you, why are you standing so close? Why are you standing so close, okay? We're going to talk about invading people's space. You can call them space invaders. You ever had somebody stand so close to you, you feel uncomfortable? That's your brain's survival mechanism saying, get the hell away, stranger danger. Why the hell is this person so close to me? That's way too close. I feel uncomfortable. I feel threatened. Yeah? So intimate space, personal space, is the area immediately surrounding your body. And you claim this area as your private territory. Yeah? Changes from culture to culture, so there can be a little bit of a mishmash now if we were to speak on someone of a foreign culture coming in and engaging with us as to where they're used to one particular proximity and you're not. It comes down to, where we're used to and what our brains are used to. So let's say someone lives on a farm in the middle of nowhere. They're used to speaking to other farmers at the very least, across a field, across a wall, wherever. There's so much free open space that it's unnecessary for the individual to get incredibly close. Whereas if you're living in the hustling, bustling big city, in the city centre, you're so used to engaging with people at such a close proximity that it might seem a little more natural for you to do so. So if these two meet, you might have a little bit of clash as far as their personal preference. But the point still stands. When you overstep somebody's invisible boundary, you can create a conflict outside of their conscious awareness. Okay? I mean, a soft touch of the arm, breaking through to engage physically with another individual, is promoted as a good thing, yeah? But generally speaking, I would state avoid physical contact for the most part. For a lot of people, it's a relationship breaker. Me personally, if you're another man, I don't find much comfort in you touching me up. If I don't know you that well, it seems like you've read a book or heard somebody say, or if you want to engage with people and create, a stronger bond, you need to touch them physically. Later on down the line, and don't get me wrong, you can influence individuals through doing so. There's numerous tests done in regards to waiters and waitresses and getting tipped more when they accompany their, communications with a slight touch of the hand or so on and so forth, right? But you are taking a risk in doing so, because some people might think, whoa, calm the hell down. Not interested in that. I've heard plenty of girls in my time say, I hate it when people are touchy-feely, right? And don't get me wrong, they probably don't mind when people are touchy-feely, but it depends on who's doing it. And you don't know if they're perceiving you as, someone you don't think you are, if you know where I'm coming from. So any uninvited taps and nudges are risky, man. I didn't come from a touchy-feely background as far as parenting's concerned and so forth. So when people project their comfort in that realm onto me by doing so, I feel very uncomfortable personally. And that's rooted in my childhood. You get where I'm coming from? So it's not everyone. Of course, if a woman wants to do it and so forth, very well can allow to do so. But as far as other men, I don't deal with camaraderie like that for the most part, you know what I mean? Unless it's real. So, that's a little food for thought. Now, consider this. You step into someone's intimate zone, yeah? Someone's personal space. Let's call it 0 to 18 inches circumference around the person. That's an intimate space. They step backwards, yeah? We've all been here. They step backwards or away. You need to assess that, acknowledge and observe that. and think, right, I got too close. They felt too uncomfortable. They had to move away from me. That's repulsion. That's rejection. Okay? That's not attraction. This happens in dating, courtship. Pay attention. Stop following them. If you walk back towards them in response, you don't get the message and you've become public enemy number one in doing that. That's a disgusting thing to do. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of people don't know they're doing it. But if you are to do that, that's disgusting. Like, they're going to feel some dirty way towards you, honestly. Because you continue infringing on their territorial space. And as humans, our territory and what we own is very important. Machiavelli in The Prince, the treatise on, is it a treatise? Treatise? I don't know how it's pronounced. The treaty on power, alright? Very famous. Spoke on the people will rebel when their homes are taken, alongside one other thing. But you see what I'm on about? It's territorial based. People will rebel and feel a very shocking way given you infringe on what is rightfully theirs. Their comfort, their sanity, their survival mechanism's going to say, whoa, they're doing it again. Whoa. How long is it going to take for them to just say, back off, you know? It's not a good trait. If you're a bigger person, so if you're taller, if you got a lot of weight on you, you know, if you're like a verbally loud person, you actually come across as closer to the person you're speaking to. Okay? As the eye needs to absorb more of that information, perceiving you as what one would call larger than life. Give them more room. Okay? On the contrary, if you're a smaller individual, for the most part, that may give you right to actually be a little closer within that space. You are less threatening. Alright? You need to understand the spatial boundaries of a conversation and a communication. Okay? If you stand closer than 18 inches to that person, I mean, you do the translation to whatever, numeric suits you, but you're going to come across as very pushy. Alright? I got some kids next to me going mad with the horns. I don't know if you heard that. Alright? So that's a little bit of food for thought. The discussion of today was based on personal space, intimate space. Beyond there is the social space. We didn't cover that, but that's a little summit today. Without further ado, I'm signing out, people. Peace.